misconceptions about youths and how they can be avoided. Hmm. Well, I know that there are lots, oftentimes, there are a lot of misconception about youths. Uh, and, for the fact that the age and the exuberance of the youths, and then the tendency to always want to have freedom and to believe that they can handle things on their own, always give room for a lot of misconception. So they look at youth as being lazy. We see them as rebellious. Okay, and sometimes when you have youth, uh, enough youths gathering, sometimes we tend to tag them that they can constitute nuisance, but it's not always true. I think if they are young people, and no matter how brilliant they are, no matter how good they are, no matter the level of exposure, we still have to give room that they are still young people who have not seen it all. Okay, and so they need to be properly guided, and it depends on how you flow with them. I remember some years ago, even when we were at that level, I was around 1920. One thing I don't like, one thing, if I offend anybody, I want you to call me and tell me. Okay, call
Yes,
me,
sir.
say anything that you want to say. Even if you want to beat me, beat me. But when you shout at me in the open place, I don't like it. And when you do that kind of a thing, I often want to react. Okay, is that when you are talking to me, I may walk away and then you say I'm disrespectful. And that's because I don't want to stay and react. I'll probably talk to you and they say, this boy is okay. I may just walk away and somebody will say, look at him. He's so rude. He's so this, he's so that. So we need to understand, when we understand the youth and we understand what they want and we try to relate with them on that level, definitely we'll see that all this misconception will, there are youth to look at them and say they are nuisance. They are not nuisance. Okay, but probably the way you approach them, even in our churches, they will take a pastor to a church and he will be having problem with youth, and then they will take another pastor to the church, and then you see the youth everywhere hop and doing, and that church is moving forward. I think it's their approach and the way you understand them and the way you carry them along and the way you relate and flow with them.
Yeah.
Ordinarily, you need to flow with youth at their level. Okay, once you learn to tolerate their excesses. So when all these things are there, all these misgivings will go away, all these misconceptions will be eradicated.